my foes. Spit at police and duck my POs. I ain't going to court. You can call a judge. Tell him kiss my ass, cause I ain't gon' budge. And I ain't going back to lock up. You're trying to clock a pop up. I ain't going back to broke. And I'm never gonna stop the puffin'. Not for nothing.
Hey man, we are blessed to have you guys here today. I'm kicking it with my brother. This is my brother and my friend, so this is not just an interview of people just meeting each other. And we just really wanted to come together and share some of the legendary mind state, some of the God mind state that we have with Roy Jones Jr. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, my brother.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You already know it.
You know he got a strong hook because when I dap him, I feel like my arm. But I want to just get right into it, man. A lot of people have their opinions about who Roy Jones Jr. is, but I know the man, and I know that Roy Jones Jr. is just an awesome guy. I want to jump off by talking about some of the things that have been said about currently where you are, and then I want to go back. So I've saw some people that said, or seen some people that have said, he's basically diluting his or destroying his legacy by still being in the ring. And I really wanted you to speak to that, because this fight with the metaverse to me was an awesome opportunity, and it was something that, why wouldn't you be innovative and go after something like that? So for me and all of the positives, we are motivated by what you're doing. But to the many that are saying he should just go ahead and put the gloves down and walk away, I think it's foolishness. What would you say to those individuals?
What I would say to those individuals is the fact that, A, they didn't tell me I was going to be the great Roy Jones that I became, right? B, when Brett Favre was still throwing interceptions and doing whatever he was doing, did they tell him to quit?
They did not.
He stopped when he got ready, right?
Correct.
All right? Anybody who has been through greatness, including the great Michael Jordan, he had horrible seasons at the end of his career because, this stuff had eluded him. He had did so much that he couldn't match what he had done, which he wasn't trying to. It may have kept him sane, may have kept him from getting on substance abuse, may have kept him from drinking too much, may have kept him from being in places that he probably didn't want to be because he was still at least playing basketball, because basketball had been his life. When your sport becomes your life, you find a way to still deal with it. And yes, if you get an opportunity to go dabble and get out there and play again, and it makes sense, it's not causing you harm, serious harm, why wouldn't you? Now, for those people, I understand their concern, but really, most of them not really concerned. Most of them just haters.
Say that. Can you say that again?
Most of them not really concerned. They're really haters. There are a few that are concerned, and if those ones are concerned would look at what I'm doing, I'm not saying, hey, I'm gonna go get in the top 10, beat one of the top 5 guys, and fight for the title again.
You done that already.
But I didn't say that now. I'm not doing that now. So if I was doing that, I'll be like them people. I'll be like, wait a minute. Somebody should tell him he's getting too old to keep doing stuff like that. You understand me?
Yes.
Now, if they said, okay, if you do exhibition and you look good, we'll give you one shot at the title that you didn't get.
Why say no?
I wouldn't say no to that.
Exactly.
Because I ain't got to go through no whole bunch of stuff to
get there, to get prepared.
To get there, you feel me?
Yes.
No need to do that. He just fought a fight the other day at 41, I think. Dude, he really could have beat Eddie, took the right game plan. I just think he didn't take the right game plan. But he was in the fight, and he could have won the fight had he had the right game plan. You understand me?
Yes.
So it ain't that he's too old to do it. He just didn't have the right game plan. Because he had a perfect opponent, perfect situation, just the wrong game plan. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, he shouldn't do that because he's 41 years old. What else is he going to do? What else is he going to do that's going to bring him that same adrenaline rush, that same comfort in preparing, that same drive to get up and go get in shape and do things most 41-year-olds won't do? What else he got to do that? Nothing.
Nothing.
So for people to say that, it's like, if I don't go do what I do, but if I get out of shape, not healthy, diabetes gonna take over, you know good. So you rather me go sit back and do what they say, how many of them gonna come see me in the hospital?
None of them. Your family, your brothers, your friends, absolutely.
So if I was doing something stupid, my family would say, hey, now you're going too far.
Exactly. Exactly. I'll call you. Yeah, absolutely.
Now you're going to
Exactly.
You can't go out there talking about you're going to get back in the top 10 and be
Exactly.
2 or 3 of the top 10. Ain't got, you too old for that.
Exactly.
Now, if you got one-off opportunity that was good, okay. You want to go out and do exhibitions, okay. Out there trying to compete with these youngsters like you one of them, that's not smart.
Come on.
You understand me? That's not smart. So when people talk, I let them talk, but guess what?
Talk to
Even
me.
with the metaverse thing, it's the first time I've been in the metaverse.
Right.
Didn't work out like we wanted, but it's the first time ever. So if it comes in that gets to be a thing in the future, guess who did it first?
Roy Jones Jr.
That's
Y'all must have forgot.
That's what Roy Jones Jr. loves. You feel me?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
on top of all that, the fight with Anthony Pettis, I didn't think I lost it, right? I thought I won the fight. You understand?
Same.
I thought I won the fight.
Same.
But you know how fun that was to go back through training? Because like I said, last year, around Father's Day, I thought I was going to die.
Come on, bro.
I had rap though. I thought I was gone.
Yes.
And a few more times after that, I thought I was gone.
Yeah.
So to bounce back at 54 and to overcome that.
Come on, bro.
And to still get in the ring and go
Come
8
on,
rounds.
bro. Come on.
You understand me? So you rather see me sitting at home suffering from something that almost may kill me than to get myself together and get back and let, when you go to where I fought, they had to check my heart, they had to check my cardio, they had to check everything. My brain, they had to check everything before they let me go fight. I passed all the tests. Why can't I fight?
Come on.
I fought 8 rounds, a solid 8 rounds against a 36-year-old.
A solid.
Very entertaining night.
Very questionable.
Very entertaining night.
And very questionable decision.
Also gave me a chance as a coach to learn how to use today's technology to make weight.
My goodness.
Now, how do I know how to tell my guys how to do this if I never did it before?
But you did it yourself.
But I had to go do it myself. This fight I did with Pettis allowed me to go out and experience it myself. I know how to do it now myself, not from what they tell me, from what I did.
That's so good, man.
You understand me?
That's
So when
so
people
good.
say, "Oh, he shouldn't be doing this," did you not enjoy the fight?
Come on.
I didn't take no punishment.
Yep.
He didn't ever really hit me clean. He couldn't. So
Let's go back a little bit. They talked about the fight with you and Tyson. I was out there in Cali with you. Next day, only thing you said was he still had a little power, but I'm okay. He's strong. He's strong.
no problem. He's still strong.
But you were just fine.
So what's wrong with me doing that?
Just fine.
You understand me?
Yeah.
You mad because people still will pay attention when I speak or when I do something? That's crazy. So people say, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Well, God will put me in the places to do what I should do. Because that little speech I gave Jared Anderson, that was not rehearsed.
That was life.
That was not planned.
Come on.
I wasn't even supposed to do that. Andre Ward was supposed to do that. They called me and said, hey, Andre can't be here this week. Would you fill in for him? I said, come on, bro, Andre, my brother. If he got something he's supposed to do, I'm glad to do it for him if he's not there. You understand me?
Yes.
That's God working again, because God know I'll do that, especially for Andre.
Absolutely.
I filled in. Immediately after I did it, I called my friend Josh. I said, Josh, I didn't understand what this was. I didn't know nothing about what I was going to do. I was just going to do a job that Andre couldn't make it to. So I was trying to have his back. I said, this thing has exploded, and it's going to be something crazy when you see it.
My
I
goodness.
said, when it hits the air, people are going to go crazy about it. He said, why? I said, the kid got it very emotional, but I had to give him the real.
Yes.
I didn't even know what I was going there for. You understand me? This is how you know it ain't me. It's got to be the grace of God.
Absolutely.
I had no clue. I heard them say they doing, I don't even remember the name of the show now, but they told me they was doing a show where you interview the kid, and they're going to just show up before he fights. Thinking, cool. Look what that turned into.
And look, it turned
It's
into
still
ministry.
trending. It's still trending on social media now.
Yes.
You understand me? Like you said, you didn't even know I could ride a horse. Look what you found out.
Come on.
You understand me?
Yes.
So it's like, when God works,
Yes.
it's nothing nobody else can do about it.
Amen.
So when God works, I hear people, but I don't hear people.
Come on now.
Because they didn't give me life.
Come
God
on.
did.
He gave, and more abundantly.
You feel me?
Yes. That's so good, man. That's so good. I was going to ask you about Anthony Pettis, and you just really broke that down. And you know what? If anybody's watching that believes that it's too late for them,
It's never too late. It's only too late when you say it's too late. Because when God says it's too late.
That's right.
But guess what? If God didn't want me to fight, I'd have failed one of them tests.
Correct.
God
You wouldn't
knew-
have made it out of the sickness.
I'd have failed one of them tests, or I would never made it out of that sickness. You're right.
Exactly.
If God didn't want me to fight.
Absolutely.
If God wanted to take me, He'd made my heart fail me during the fight.
Man, I could stay there.
If none of that ain't happened, then
Come on.
why should I listen to these people?
Come on.
What bills of mine are they gonna pay?
None.
Exactly.
Not one. Not
Exactly.
one. So to those, again, for you who were concerned, we say thank you.
I had a guy call me and tell me, "Hey, you need to stop fighting." I said, "Okay, sir, did I call you?" He said, "No." I said, "Okay, while we're on this call, have I asked you to pay one bill for me?" "No." I said, "Have I asked you to invest in one thing that I may want to do in life?" "No." I said, "Then what gives you the right to tell me how to make my money?"
Have I asked you to?
He
I got
said,
it.
He said, "You know what, sir?" He said, "You're 100% right. I'm sorry I called. Thank you."
That is a perfect way to deal with haters. I want to look and say that if you want to know how to deal with your haters, you tell your hater, listen, are you paying my bills?
Did I call you and ask
Did
you
I
to?
call you and ask you to? Because if this does not motivate you, nothing will motivate you. This is about being motivated despite who's around you. Bro, when you would get in the ring, how did you silence the people around you?
I didn't worry about the people around me. I let my work, I let the godliness that goes through me silence the people around me. That's why I tell guys in the ring that I hate guys that do a lot of talking, because if you're a God-fearing man, what God sends through you gonna silence the crowd.
Well, you know, I'm ready to get up in here and shout and say hallelujah right now.
It's the facts.
Your pro debut, May 6, 1989.
Nah.
Just, what were you feeling that day? Can you remember?
Yeah, I was just very anxious because it was the beginning of a new day. Little did I know God had turned me on high. I didn't know that's why
High frequency?
he had turned me on high, period. Because getting robbed at the Olympics was his way of turning me on high. I didn't know that, because now that I look back at it, I looked at a lot of guys who didn't go to the Olympics, a lot of guys that won gold medals, and a lot of those guys got a loss because one day they were slipping on a job and they thought they had an easy fight, and that easy fight turned out to be a hard fight, and most of them lost it. They had to come back and redeem it. But God knew not getting a gold medal wouldn't settle well with me. That would turn me on high. And so God knew what he was doing when he made that happen to me. Because I immediately questioned, why would this happen to me? And I'm the youngest guy on the team. Because he knew one but one guy on the team that could have taken that and did what he wanted to be done with it.
After that, could bounce back.
Only me had the nerve, the gall, and the belief, the faith in God to know that he wasn't letting me down. He was actually lifting me up.
So if you had won, and get this on record, y'all, if you had won that Olympics, there may not have been the success
It would
of
not.
Roy, just seven belts.
Show you how much show you how much I believe in God. It wouldn't have been, because I would have had nothing to be out there pushing for. You understand me? Once they took that gold medal from me, and they turned around and gave me the Val Barker Cup, which means you're the best boxer at the Olympics, that's proof that y'all served me unjust. When you serve me unjust don't make me quit, it made me go harder.
This happened at the same time,
This was happened. This is what happened at the Olympics. They stole the gold medal from me.
but gave you the best.
Gave me the Val Barker Cup, which means I'm the best fighter at the Olympics.
But that still wasn't enough for you because you knew.
No, that don't solidify it. That I'm glad with being the best boxer at the Olympics, because I knew that too. Y'all got one part right, but y'all got the other part wrong. So now I gotta go prove y'all wrong and become the best fighter in the world, period. Because when you're the best fighter at the Olympics, you're the best amateur fighter in the world.
In the world.
But now I want to prove that I'm just the best amateur fighter in the world, because y'all stole my gold medal. I'm gonna prove y'all I'm the best fighter, period.
I want to get into what happened that day. Like after that happened, what was your process of, like that night? Did you go and get right back to it, or?
That night I thought I'd never box again. I said it right on the air. I said, I don't think I'll ever box again. Some nuns came to me, they was apologized, told me they were very sorry for what their country did to me. I said, I appreciated them for that. And when I got back to the United States, people in the airport were all lined up, but they wouldn't look for the guy that won the gold medals. They wanted to see Roy Jones.
My goodness.
I'm like, what?
My goodness.
That shocked me. Yeah, I'm still thinking they're gonna fight again. So when I got home, the airport was packed. I'm like, I lost. And
In
the airport
Pensacola?
is just packed, yeah. I'm talking, I couldn't walk. The airport, they said that to pass me over the crowd.
My goodness.
I was like, what the heck? I was amazed because I was sad because I thought I had disappointed the people because I didn't win a gold medal.
And everybody was there.
Everybody was there. So I was like, wow, I feel like I'm a hero now, right? But all the stuff I seen, all the people I seen, when I got to the end, I saw all the little kids on my boxing team. None of them were happy. All of them had a look of discomfort in their eyes. And when I looked at them, I said, here I go. And you know what that meant?
What did it mean?
The guy that we look up to just said that he ain't gonna fight no more. What are we supposed to do? Wow. So when I looked at him, and they didn't say a word. When I looked at him, I said, here I go. I gotta fight again. Like it or not, I gotta fight again. How am I gonna ever tell them when the going gets rough, you gotta get going even rougher? When they looked up to me their whole lives. I'm there, most of them don't even have a father. I'm their father figure through my father. How do I quit on them? Ain't happening. So as soon as I looked at them, I knew that everything I done said to that point, none of them boys.
So you didn't belong to Roy anymore?
Nope. No, I did. Because it was Roy wasn't the fault. When I saw them, it's a wrap.
Would you? Yeah. So you never would call yourself, I would never hear you say I'm somebody's hero, right?
No.
But in that case, you would say,
It wasn't that I was their hero. Because I was who they looked up to. They patterned their lives after me.
which is a great responsibility.
So if you tell us when stuff get rough, we gotta get rougher. Stuff rough on you right now. What are you gonna do? Because you telling us that you're gonna stop. And you told us not to do that.
So your words came back to, you had to face your own.
That's why you always should put out positive words.
Yes.
Because when you put out positive words, your positive words will come back to save you.
Come on.
Them positive words I've been teaching them all the time came back to save me.
My goodness.
Because if it weren't for me telling them that, I was good being retired and being a hero right then. When I realized I was that much of a hero for what had happened, I was cool.
I'm
I was
good.
like, I'm good. I ain't got to fight no more. I'm good. I should be, they gonna take care of me, give me a good job. I can do whatever I want to do now and be cool. Till I got to them little kids.
Did you love the sport of boxing at that moment? I mean, or before that moment?
Before
did you
that
love
moment, before that moment, I completely loved boxing. Boxing had been my life. But till that happened to me. And I'm like, why would you play a sport that you can cross the finish line first and you still don't win? Don't make sense. Why would you keep that up? That's stupid. If I was in hockey and I had more goals than the other team had, I win.
Correct.
If I was in basketball and I got more points than the other team got, I win.
win.
Why is it in boxing you can have more points than the other person got and you still lose?
Come on.
That's not a fair sport, so why would you keep doing it? That's where I was. Not that I was a quitter. You gonna play a sport and you outdo a person point-wise, everything. I beat him in every aspect of boxing.
Yes.
And you still lose, why would you keep doing it? So boxing just didn't make sense to me at that point until I saw that.
I got a question for you, man. So at 2010, you know, my mother Earth, she passed away. Best friend, right? I remember one time I was in a real bad space and she came to me. I was just a retail manager for Lowe's, running a location. I was in my early 20s. And just for that, there's not a lot of people at early 20s doing what I was doing at that time. And she came to me and she said, son, you were made for this. I'll never forget the day. She said, you're a leader, natural born. And those words got me through. Miss Carol Jones. Mrs. Carol Jones, who's she?
She's a beautiful person. She's a person that loved my dad to death, and she would do anything for my dad to this day still, I believe. And she's just a beautiful soul. You know, she's a very calm person, very calm under pressure. Can take a lot of stuff. She's a woman of women.
Wow.
You know, she endured a whole lot throughout her life. She's a woman of strength, and she's the example of what I think a woman should be. If a woman ain't that strong for a man like that, yeah, a woman's nothing.
What's the
I
point?
make a lot of mistakes, but I watch my mama endure all that and take it like a champ and keep going for everybody. Still manage the household for everybody. You don't see that in women today because they teach them that, if he do this, you gotta leave. If he do that, you should leave. If you do that, no. Hard for a man that was raised by a woman that endured so much to understand how women can't endure that.
My goodness.
You understand me? Women are stronger emotional than men anyway.
Yes.
So you get a strong-willed woman, that's your strength.
Wow. Wow. One more thing about her. Best lesson you ever learned? Just one, if you can compartment.
Truthfully speaking, I learned more lessons by the way my mom stayed calm under pressure. Because my dad kept a lot of pressure applied. My mom always stayed calm. And it taught me that no matter how hard the pressure get, don't blow up.
You can see that in your fighting.
If you blow up, you ain't in control no more.
Wow.
So I learned to stay calm no matter what's going on around you. Stay calm. Because that way you don't make no stupid mistakes.
You can literally see that translated in your fighting, man. That's amazing. Shout out to the moms that know how to handle pressure. Great lesson there. All right, man. We almost done, man. I'm so blessed by this moment. Let's talk about May 22nd, 1993. Remember what that was?
Beat Menard Hopkins. First world title. Almost put the fire out, but not quite. Because the more I won, the more I wanted to win. So when I beat B-Hop with one hand, I knew I could beat him with one hand. I beat him with just the left, pretty much. After that, I sat for a day. I was like, okay, now you're a world champion, so you've accomplished what you want to accomplish as a pro boxer. You did fulfill your prophecy and become a world champion, but God has more in store for you. You remember what happened at the Olympics? You was the best boxer at the Olympics. Now you got to prove you're the best boxer, period. So, yeah, you beat him, but that's just the start. Let's go.
Wow. And then, you know, I really don't think that 17 years later, I don't feel like he won that one. But anyway, let's talk about this picture. I saw this and I said, I'm going to ask Roy.
Who is that?
That is Prince.
Prince Body of Jumbo?
It is Prince. But yeah, yes. Tell me about that fight.
Prince Body is a good friend of mine now.
Okay.
But everybody thought because I had lost by knockout, I was done. Never done. Things happen. I put my body through a lot of abuse to come back down from 25 pounds of muscle. Make light heavyweight, beat Antonio the first time. Had I not been listening to the people that I was working with at the time, I would have beat him the second time.
Absolutely.
You know, when you get in a position where people take everybody away from around you that you know, and you start depending on other people, it don't work out the same. But anyway, and my body really wasn't the same anyway. So after he got lucky with the shot, people thought I was done. So Prince Body had also been a sparring partner with Tarver. He had, actually, they say he did pretty good with Tarver down there, and I think that's why they offered me him. So first round, he comes out and jumps on me because when a guy's got knocked out, you think that make him mentally weak.
That's not Roy Jones Jr.
I'm mentally strong.
That's not Roy Jones Jr.
So when he attacked me, I thought, okay, this is what we're going to do? Cool. I attacked him back. When I attacked him back, he backed out a little bit. No.
I saw that. I watched some of it.
If we're gonna do this, what we gonna do?
Let's do it.
You understand me? So that's what that was.
I don't think they understand how your mind works. It's so different than most people I've ever met in my life, man. So he thought you would be mentally, but your life has taught you. You don't just.
If something bad happens, I get stronger.
That's dope. Let's talk about. Let's move to your music a little bit. I wanted to talk about that. So, Body Head, Candy. You got. Was it Small?
Swells, Swells, and
Yeah, Crusher, Bone Crusher for a while.
For a while, yeah, he worked with us a little bit. I had some everybody, man. Hard to Rippers, Rated PGs, Johnny Augustus, Katrina, my cousin. I had a lot of people. 3D. I had
Magic, Mr. Magic.
Mr. Magic. That list went on. Now I got SM
Chopper.
Bullet. Chopper. Now I got SM Bullet, and we still the road still. I mean, it's still going.
It's still going strong.
Yeah. The thing about Body Head is that music is always going to be around.
Yes.
You understand me? So you try to always make an investment in something that's going to always be around. Truthfully speaking, when I started Body Head, that was to be my retirement. You know, I said I started this music, and when I retired, I'd just be able to have a record label and keep on going. Things happened and didn't quite turn to where I wanted, but it was so crazy because for a while they tried to accuse me of having it as a hobby. And I had to go through a tax situation with that because they tried to say it was a hobby and it wasn't. It was really, like I said, my retirement.
Yes.
But anyway, things fast forward on to today. Made some super good records, super good music. By the grace of God, I was able to do so many things. I mean, I was in the Matrix. I had a record that went platinum. I just, for me, like I said, when God is for you, who can be against you?
Who can be against you? Who can be against you? Roy Jones Jr., man. It's so many other things that maybe a part 2 one day we'll do and we'll talk about.
We'll do a part 2.
But this has been a blessing, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for taking the time and being here for me.
Thank you, brother.
And I know everybody has enjoyed this, man.
Yeah.
Legendary. Roy
Body
Jones
Head,
Jr.
build it.
Body Head, baby.